Hey there, this is Andrew with the ADS Agency. Thanks so much for coming. And today what I want to address with you is why is it that we're afraid of Facebook? And when I say we, who I'm talking to are those of you out there who are like deathly afraid of having a personal profile on Facebook. You don't want it. You're afraid of your information getting stolen. You're like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. We get it. Like, I understand. And it's becoming a little more common than I think a lot of people think. At least I am personally running into it with a lot of people lately. A lot of solopreneurs, a lot of very small business owners who are like, I am not getting on Facebook whatsoever. And let me tell you a couple of the reasons why I hear that. If their business is doing well, it's because, especially if they came from different backgrounds and that kind of thing growing up, they don't want certain people knowing how much money they're making now and that they're doing well. And they don't want to get hit up for money and all of that. So rather than be discovered, they would prefer for their business and their own personal lives to stay fairly anonymous. That's a real reason. Another reason I've heard, and if you've heard some of these reasons, or if this is you, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about what this is all about. So I've heard that. I've also heard people just flat out say they don't want their information shared, which is understandable, with the whole Cambridge Analytica deal that went down with Facebook, and that still is going on in terms of the investigation with all of that and what really happened and what really went down. But people are afraid of their information getting stolen, used without their permission and that kind of thing. Your name, your location, your address, details about your psychographics, your behavior, all of that kind of stuff, which those of us in marketing do use to help profile you as a potential customer for a business. So that's real. And so there's so many reasons like that people have for not wanting to get on Facebook. So at the same time, you have a need generally to promote your business, or if you're a personal brand, to promote your book, or promote your speaking engagements and that kind of thing. There really are people who are, just normal socially. They want to speak, they want to present, they want to do training and coaching and all that. They just they're not really very social media friendly people in general. And, not just including Facebook, but also Instagram. Twitter is not as bad for a lot of people, but then, that's kind of a different place, Twitter. So the point is, why do we need to be on Facebook? Do we have to be on Facebook if we are a small business owner or if we are a personal brand? And so the answer is no, you don't have to, but it's very recommended. It's very recommended if you are trying to really promote, again, something like a book or something like your small business. There are other marketing methods you can do. Of course, Facebook is not the end all be all. However, it's so powerful and it's so very connected, and so many of your customers are going to be there, most likely. I mean, most people do have a Facebook account. So it's kind of one of those things where it's better to find your way, how to find your way there, even if you don't want to personally be there. And so there is a way that you can have a business page without necessarily having a robust personal profile. You can even have, for example, your marketing agency set up a business page for you on your behalf, so that you don't have to go through the rigmarole of setting up your own page and that kind of thing. The reason why it's important, though, for you to have your own page ultimately is because what happens if you decide to change agencies at some point? What happens if you decide to go a different direction with your marketing at some point, and which can happen, that can happen. And then what happens? So now that agency can potentially, depending on, I'm just speaking from experience, depending on how your situation went down with that agency, they might hold that hostage. Do you owe them money? It's very possible. I've seen this happen, especially with very small businesses and small agencies. The fight is real. And then do you want to really involve lawyers and all of that, and everything is so much easier if you already just had access to your own page. And that means keeping, just a low profile Facebook profile, so that gets a little stickier. It would be better if you had like a family member or someone you can trust who's not afraid of being on Facebook, or already has their own Facebook page. If you can get them to be, basically your admin for your Facebook page on your behalf. So that way you've got some personal connection outside of your own business connection through an agency or through your marketing consult, who has access to your page besides them. So that's very important. Try to have some kind of personal, even if it's your kid, if you've got kids and they have a page and you let them have a page, grown kids or teenage kids, kids in college, anything is better than just not having access yourself directly. But you can have a business page to yourself, and I'm specifically going to bring up personal branders, because those of you who are seeking to build a personal brand because you are writing a book, or because you are training or coaching, you want to speak, whatever it is that you're doing, you have a need to build a personal brand. And so for you, I think it's very critical to have a business page. You need a business page. And why? Really specifically, if you're also speaking, people want to know that you have an audience. They want to be able to search you. Same thing if you're writing a book. Publishers want to know, do you have an audience? Can they find you online? Do you have influence and power with that audience? And so, you got to start somewhere. And Facebook is one of the most powerful places to be to build an audience. Other ways to do that are your email list. You've got other social media platforms and that kind of thing. But the digital space is real, and it does count towards things like that with, does a publisher even want to bother with you in your book if you don't have an audience? Today, likely not. So it's really important to have that business Facebook page. And I said business because that's different from a personal profile. And I'm making that distinction because some people don't understand that sincerely. So again, if this is not you, just skip ahead to some of the other stuff on our content, some of the other content on our site. But for those of you who if I'm talking to you, your business page is different from a personal profile on Facebook. So your personal profile, that is going to get all your personal details. It's going to ask you about your family and all this. It's going to try to connect you with people you knew in high school and all your current contacts that you're networking with and all of that. That will happen. But with a business page, that can literally be treated like a business. So you can still have, a public persona with your personal self. So it can be your picture and your messaging and your posts, but it does not have to have any information whatsoever about your family or where you live or any of that. It will ask you for a business address and, at a minimum, like a city, state, that kind of thing. But otherwise, can you largely have a lot less data available on a business page than a personal page? Yes. So that's a good route to go. And again, you can get an agency to create that for you. And that way you've got a Facebook page that can flow to Instagram. You can have your Twitter profile set up, which is a lot less information intrusive. And then your LinkedIn if you've got that also. And then of course YouTube, you can be as anonymous as you like. There are people who their whole videos are only with their hands. So Facebook is the one that I think scares people the most. And that's why I wanted to address this real quick and let you know that a business page is different from a personal page. A business page is different from a personal page. So that's the main thing I wanted to let you know about, that you can have that little workaround. If you are deathly afraid, really do not want to personally get on Facebook, which is your prerogative, and I totally understand that. Lots of people feel that way. However, do not miss out on your blessings, so to speak, as a business or personal brander because you don't understand or you are afraid of everything you've heard about with Facebook, okay? Because I don't want that to be you. There's no reason why you can't be there with a business page. So I want you to think about that. And then if you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments below. We'll also go through how to set up that business page for the first time. How do you do that and everything, okay? All right, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. And if you have any other questions for me, again, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please be sure to like it and also leave a comment. Let me know that you were here, and subscribe. If you've not subscribed before, I would really love for you to be a subscriber here on this channel. So all you have to do is find the subscribe button below this video, click that button, and then after that, there should be a little bell that pops up, a little bell icon. You want to click that bell because doing that makes sure that you get the notifications of these videos when they go up. If you don't click that bell, what happens is, you'll likely miss these videos even though you're subscribed to the channel because you don't get the notifications. So it's very important, if you want to stay in touch with us, please be sure to click that bell and subscribe and like this video. All right, that is it, my friends. See you next time. Cheers and have a good one. Mwah.